you doing, son? Here, come here. Come with Daddy. What are you doing, Eno? Oh, is my gun right there? Ugh, I forgot it's right there on the side. I can't have it on me because he likes to lay on me. Devil was trolling me, y'all. I had a nightmare that some fat black dude came out. Some old bitter fat black dude came out from like a drive-through. I was parked outside the McDonald's, and he told me to leave the parking lot, and he was being disparaging and degrading and evil-hearted, basically telling me that like everything but to like go jump off a cliff, basically. And I thought the guy was wearing a skirt. He's wearing shorts with leg things on. But and the funny thing is, the ironic thing is that I was in the parking lot, and it wasn't my car. It was like some weird car, like a navy blue car, like a Ford Taurus or something, like a 90-something model or early 2000. And when I backed out of the thing, the juxtaposition changed from me backing out to being inside the store, like the front of the store, and when I pressed on the gas, I was like going out the door, but obviously the car was wider than the door, but then the door fit through the car. I mean, the car fit through the door, even though the juxtaposition would have been, well, the juxtaposition was there, but the literal size was not. So it would have, in other words, went through the door, but it didn't. And you might notice the way I describe these things. I'm not just making it up randomly, because I'm very detailed. And nothing happened. These two little Mexican ladies at McDonald's, the truck was taller than both of them combined, really, now I think about it. And they were in a lifted truck, like a F-350 or 250. There's a F-350 for sure. I think a 450 is like that's industrial, I think. But I will try to get a little bit of funny stories in before stuff gets too serious. But if you watch The Walking Dead and you see like Rick and Daryl, now you do need to watch the whole thing, but after a while, when they get more battle tested, they're usually the two in Carol. Let's use as an example. Those are the three you can use as a great example that everybody else is panicking and everything, and they're acting like nothing's going on. So when you say, well, why do you talk about all this messed up stuff, and you just have like a psychopathic sociopathy mindset of like, you don't got no emotion. It's like you say you love your mom, but you never cry over her, or you make yourself stop. Well, because the Lord knows when the Antichrist comes, because see, he knows when that happens, he's going to need people like me and others I'm not mad at God at all. I just don't appreciate. I appreciate God. I just don't appreciate that. Well, I guess that not that He picked me. Maybe I picked this. I don't appreciate the frustration. That's what I don't appreciate. Like that. Like I don't appreciate that I got to keep starting over and I've already lost everything over and over and over. I don't appreciate it. That's just how I feel. I'm not saying like I don't hate God or hold a grudge or nothing. I'm just, as a human, that's how I feel. And at the very least, I think it's reasonable to feel that way. But I also understand that I understand the purpose of why it's been that way. So, but if every time a walker shows up, everybody freaks out, well then people are going to keep dying. You see. So you got to have somebody in the group in your community that's not going to freak out. And the ones that have been through this stuff before are the ones that can help the other people get through it and survive. Like they say, if you're drowning, don't swim against the current, swim with it. And people panic and freak out and they don't listen and then they drown to death. I think I said that right. But I am going to get up to the Starbucks today and get a bunch of videos out. I guess I can record these types of videos and then upload them in the store. And then I can do stuff on the computers in between wrangling up the babies, checking on them. And really, right where I'm at, the McDonald's is open 24/7, which I didn't realize. This Kroger opens up at like 5 or 6, and it's right across the street. I can use the bathroom in there, and I do need to find a way to get some water. Incognito. Could just buy some, but I don't want to waste money on water. I'll figure something out. I can just wash my hair and then get like a towel and just get like soap and stuff, and then have like one towel for kind of get it wet, and that'll be like the shower water, and then the other dry towel would be to get that stuff off. My sister was gonna braid my hair. Obviously that didn't happen. That's neither here nor there. Oh, I can maybe find a lady that can braid my hair for me for free. It'll just be out of the way, but one lady was like, I do hair, and I was like, oh, you're a cosmetologist. I forget you people exist. I'm so used to barbers. I'm never, hardly ever around women at salons or nothing. Yeah. I could care less about all that. That was kind of random, but one person was like, with the digital ID video, they were like, well, one government wouldn't be so bad, no more this, no more that. Well, what did Negan do? He killed all the strong guys of his enemies. He took their wives, was having sex with them, and at that point, if it's either sleep with Negan or get more people get killed, at a certain point, you're just going to have sex with Negan if you're a wife. It's really simple, actually. You can do it or you can die. Because really, at that point, women ain't got nothing to offer except that, really. I mean, if you're being really realistic in the Walking Dead scenario, the world, that's all they're good for to Negan anyway, is what I mean. He takes half of everything that the communities that he enslaves, which is all of them, and he only lets them have the other half they have so they can keep giving him the half that he wants. So that person doesn't realize that the Saviors is really Satan and his army, his legion. That's what 99% of people don't understand. And the stimulus thing is for universal basic income. It's like we can't get food with food stamps, Medicaid's being cut, people are being laid off, jobs are not hiring. They're underreporting what the actual unemployment is, by the way. You can get a job most any place, but like working here at Kroger for $10 an hour, you might as well just be homeless next to me right here. All you're going to have money for is gas and barely food, if you're lucky. And that's just if you're a single man like me. Hope to God you don't have a family. You have a family, you might as well just go out in the woods with Daryl and Carol and pray with Gabriel. Because honestly, why the hell you want to have a kid at this point is beyond me. It's heir apparent that we're in the last days. I'm not saying it's not a blessing from God and all that. It is. They are. Children are. But at the same time, at what cost? I don't personally think it's fair to a child, and I think it's a mighty selfish endeavor to, even if, say we have 10 years left, 7 of those is the tribulation. So say the little Negro, the little honkiette, makes it to 3 years old, and then the Antichrist shows up. That's terrible math. Yeah, when I was 3 years old, the Antichrist came. And thank God, 1260 days later, Jesus came. That's literally what's going to be happening for some people. But we already can't eat. Like, you already can't feed your cat or your dog. What the hell are you trying to do, feed an infant? Not to mention the fact that all the things that the mother experiences, the child experiences. So that's like the stress and things like that causes, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I know from watching Grey's Anatomy and from talking to other women, well, not on Grey's Anatomy, but real women, they say, like, if you always play, like, piano a lot, the kid might like to they might like to listen to the piano, they might like to play the piano from a young age. I don't really understand how that's possible, but apparently it is. So what do you think it's like if the baby's eating only twice a month? They might be anorexic or something, and you don't even realize it. I think some of y'all, most of us, we just have a kid and assume everything's going to be great. Like, I assume every kitten video I see, all the kittens live, and don't even know most of them died, for Christ's sake. You see what I'm saying? It's not assuming. It's just like, I want to see the best in the stuff. And sometimes God has other ideas. Or sometimes Satan has other ideas. Another thing y'all don't understand, and I didn't until recently, or conscientiously, is that they always say God has a plan for us. Yeah, well, guess who else has a plan? Satan. Do you know what type of evil, demonic thing you got to be to want to harm a kitten or a puppy or an infant? Well, and they're not even born yet? You're plotting the demise of a baby. It ain't done nothing wrong, can't defend itself, can't talk, don't even have a damn name. Because I promise you, if Satan could throw all the babies in hell with him, and all the kittens and the cats and everything, the baby, but when they're a baby, God would never let that happen, just being clear. But I'm just saying, that's who you're putting the baby in the world with. Y'all gotta think about this stuff, man. Because it's the same parents that say, oh, that would never happen here, or they're just in the next aisle. Well, when I worked at Sam's Club, before my body got too messed up, there's lots of ladies today, like women my age. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I don't know what I was saying. She was kind of cute. Oh, this guy tried to lure away this teenage girl. I think she was like a preteen, maybe like 11, 12-ish, from her mom and dad, and the parents were literally right there, y'all. Like right there. And he was trying to like get her to like walk off a little bit. And that's why I'm always watching, see? Watch the children at all times. Because that's how fast it takes, is a second. Like Johnny Gosh got snatched up. Well, I think his dad, John Walsh, I'm pretty sure. Well, he's on TV. He's definitely a Freemason. Like, if somebody like me appears on TV, I'd be like if I appeared on TV at the UPS plane crash thing, and I just so happened to like be sleeping in the thing, and they interviewed me, I'm not a Freemason. I'm not a Luciferian. I'm not a Satanist. Clearly, I'm not. It's just a coincidence. I don't mean literally every single person on TV is a Freemason, is an Eastern Star, worships Satan. But if you have more than what you should get, if you have more material things and money much quicker than somebody that worked for it their whole life, there's a 99.9% chance that you're serving Satan. There is no overnight success. Ain't never in the history of God's godliness has that ever happened that I can recall. Except for not even Jesus. Jesus don't get no special treatment. God said, you're going to be down here, you're going to be a regular dude, a regular man, just like me. Experience a regular man's life is what I'm saying. Jesus lived a full life of an infant boy, a young boy, a child, a toddler, a young boy, an older boy, a preteen, a teenager, a young man, a young adult, and then an adult grown man. So God's not giving Jesus, his own son, special treatment. then we definitely wouldn't get it. That's called the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Like Billy Graham is a Freemason. Now, I did watch one. I have a video of his I watched, and I cried and stuff, and it was good. It was a good message from the Bible. But don't like replace Jesus and God and His Word with Billy Graham is the point. So people can be bad people, but we still always want to give them credit for the good things they do. But at the same time, if you see that they're doing sneaky things or weird things, or they keep hanging out with these group of people that God says not to hang out with, well, then maybe you might want to go listen to somebody else or do something different or whatever. Like God don't want you to go to a church that like is not a godly church. Like they're stealing the tithing money, or they're like the pastors cheat on his wife, or like being overly flirty with like, you know, teenage girls. You see what I mean? That's different from saying, yeah, well, I used to be an alcoholic. I haven't drank in 20 years. You see, that's real transformation. But like habitual sin is not of God. Struggling or backsliding or fighting addiction when you got all them demons on you, it's kind of hard for one prisoner to fight 100 inmates. And they're a legion, for they are many. So it's like one person has a 1,000 demons. It's kind of hard to not expect them to get beat up every now and then. But I put in The Walking Dead on the GIF thing, and it happened to be coincidentally one of Daryl feeding Judith when she was a baby. And I said, and for you idolaters of money that are going to say, because I said money is not real, and then I said the Negan thing and Genghis Khan comparison. And I said, for you idolaters of money that say gold bars have value, nobody is going to trade baby formula for Judith for your gold bar. Like, what do you I'm not going to trade this last thing of water in the Walking Dead universe and my last thing of cat food for a gold bar. You must think I'm stupid or something. Or I want to kill my cats, which I don't. I want to keep them alive as long as possible. I just saw that lady again. She's cute. But anyways, so yeah. So I guess I'll just record these videos in here, and then I can upload them all at once. I'll make a separate playlist for the Bible stuff. But now that I've got my bearings and a little bit of a system, I can actually try to get up there at the same. The only thing though with the Starbucks is I have to buy something to go in there, which would be expensive. But if I can find a way to keep up, I think it's like $5 a day for a drink or something. I can use the coffee literally to wake up anyway, but if I can find a way to swing that, I basically can. I got tea. It's like $1.90 at the McDonald's. If I ever were to run out of gas, the Speedway is right next to the McDonald's. There's a gas station right here at Kroger. The Kroger opens at like 5 or 6 in the morning. So the McDonald's and the Speedway are right there. The Starbucks is on that same road, same sidewalk. And I can use the internet at Starbucks. There is internet at McDonald's, but it doesn't work for some reason. And there's internet in here. And I got 2 gas stations, 2 bathrooms. There's a bathroom in the Speedway. It stays unlocked. When I worked there, you had to have a key. I guess they changed it now. It's up to the general manager how they want to do it. They all do it differently. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. But I'll make like a daily dossier, which is like a kind of like a list of a schedule. Particularly because I want to have I want to get on a God schedule per se, or quite literally, and I want to make sure that I get, like, basically all I'm going to be doing is looking for a place for them for the winter. Look for a place for both of us, or for all of us, you know, preferably, but in the interim, a place for them before it gets too much colder. And then a permanent place for all of us, and then all I'm going to do is make videos that God wants me to make. I just have a sense of urgency, like I said. My best advice I'll give you is, outside of being saved, and if you're saved, get closer to God. If you're not, get saved today. And outside of that, whenever God tells you to do something, just do it and don't question it. That's the best advice I can give you in this life. Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back with more videos.